Hi, and welcome to another edition of Between Sundays. And we continue looking for wisdom in the book of Ecclesiastes. The writer's name, Kohelet, that gets translated into Ecclesiastes, is still trying to figure out how to live. And at this point, in chapter 4, verses 4 through 8, what we're seeing is he's really challenged by what motivates us. And that depending on what motivates us, even good things like hard work becomes a problem. And so I kind of want us to take a moment to reflect on that, of thinking through what kind of motivates us to do whatever it is that we do during a day. What motivates us to clean house? What motivates us to cultivate particular relationships? What motivates us in the work that we do? What motivates us in the time we spend maybe on something physical, mental, or spiritual in our lives? What really is motivating the way that we live and act? And so, starting in verse 4 through 8, I also observe that people work hard and become good at what they do only out of mutual envy. This too is pointless, just wind chasing. Fools fold their hands and eat their own flesh, but better is resting with one handful than working hard for two fistfuls and chasing after wind. Next, I saw under the sun something else that was pointless. There are people who are utterly alone with no companions, not even a child or a sibling, yet they work hard without end, never satisfied with their wealth. So for whom am I working so hard and depriving myself of enjoyment? This too is pointless and a terrible obsession. So what we have to know about Kohelet is he's good with working hard, that we should work hard, that we should enjoy the work that we do. But here he's like, why are we working hard? Like, do we understand where that motivation comes from? Is it because we want people to look at us and go, wow, you're something because of what you do for a living? Do we want people to look at us like that? Is that something about we want people to put us on a pedestal of how great I am because of the work I do? And here, he goes to the other side. Fools fold their hands and eat their own flesh. So he's like, now listen, I'm giving the other side as well, that if we do absolutely nothing, if we're nothing but folding our hands in laziness, why is that? So he's not saying that if you work hard, that it's bad and that we should be lazy and do nothing, but it's this sense of trying to get at what is motivating us. And then towards the end of this, he says, he goes on to talk about people who don't have anyone in their lives but work. Yet they work hard without end, never satisfied with their wealth. So for whom am I working so hard and depriving myself of enjoyment? That sense of being a workaholic. That work is so important that we push everyone out, that we push everyone to the side, that first and foremost, the work that I do, and a lot of times, I know I'm guilty of this, work defines me. And so how am I being motivated? Am I being motivated by a workaholic kind of thing, that I am worthless if I don't work, that I have to keep going and going to the point that I push everyone else out, that I don't cultivate any kind of relationship with anyone? And what is the purpose of it? That even if we gain so much in wealth, what is the purpose of that in our lives? And so this is really just taking stock of what motivates us to work, what motivates us not to work. And are we doing anything in that is detrimental to our well-being, that is detrimental to our physical, mental, spiritual health, that is detrimental to our relationships? So for Kohelet here, he's really like, all right, let's take a step back. Hard work is good, but what's motivating us in it? And so my hope is that we kind of begin to understand what motivates us and then what should be motivating us. And that What are we willing to sacrifice, and what should we not be willing to sacrifice for what we're doing? What is really important here? Hard work is good, but so are relationships. So are all the other things that play into our lives, that our life, if it is one-dimensional, we may really need to step back and go, wait a minute, what do I need to live somehow differently? What is the wisdom in it? What is the wisdom for us today, and what motivates us? Have a good one.